I have a deep fascination for natural healing only because it suggests the power is back in our hands. Natural healing is natural, so you're doing it yourself. The power is in your hands. You're in control. You have to hold yourself accountable and responsible. When you're relying on a physician, the power is not in your hands. You're doing everything they tell you to do and take all the pills they tell you to take. The power is not in your hands. You need their pills. You need their things still. The power is not in your hands. So, natural healing, the power is in your hands and it requires you to change. Change is a very hard topic for people these days because they don't want to change. They want to take something to make them change. They don't want to change themselves. And when it comes down to the ideas of transformation, manifestation, natural healing, self healing, intention healing, emotion healing, quantum healing, QHHT, whatever you want to call it, you have to be in control. You have to be self aware and self conscious of every thought, feeling, and emotion you have. Now, you might not understand how your thoughts, feelings, and emotion play directly into your health, but they do. They play directly into your health. So they are very important to regulate every single day. The way it works is like this: your genes make proteins, and the types of proteins the genes make are dependent on your continued reaction to the environment around you. So if your continued reaction to the environment around you is always that of stress or fight or flight, then your genes aren't going to make strong pro- proteins. Now, the human genome, we roughly have 23,000 genes, something like that. For, Forgive me if I'm wrong, I'm in the area. 23,688 genes, I think that's right, I'm not sure. But the protein variations our genes can make are up to 140,000. So the 23,000 genes we have can make up to 140,000 different protein variations. And when we're living in a state of stress or fight or flight, the proteins our genes are going to make are not going to be that strong because we're in a state of stress. We're not actually in homeostasis. We're still trying to run from something. We're still trying to worry about work tomorrow, worry about the next bill, worry about driving home from work, worrying about everything. We are never in a state of home homeostasis. So we're always in a state of fight or flight. So our genes are never producing the strength of proteins they could be creating if we are always in a state of love, joy, and gratitude. That's what the science shows. Now, it might be a very hard thing for any of you to wrap your mind around to always be in a good mood. Why do you always want to be in a good mood? Why do you always want to be in a bad mood? Do you like the way that makes you feel? Sure you do. That's one big lie. I don't like to be in a bad mood. I know my bad moods. I don't like my bad moods, but un, 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 I understand now that my genes are supporting the health that I have. My emotions, my reaction to the environment is supporting the hemophilia condition because hemophilia is a genetic condition. And what we've all already learned about genes is genes react in accordance to how we react to the environment on a long-term scale. So there's been a lot of stress in my fam family tree for enough genetic breakdown throughout the years to eventually get to me where my genetics are that of hem- hemophilia too. And all hemophilia is the lack of production of a clotting factor in my liver. That is it. My liver doesn't produce one clotting factor, and that makes me a hemophiliac, which there is no known cure for. I say there's no known cure because I do believe there is a cure. You are the cure. I don't believe gene therapy will be the cure. I don't believe any treatment that they're going to make is going to be the cure. The only cure there is you, because they don't want to cure you. If Big Pharma cures you, they lose you as a customer. And if they say you need continued forever treatment of their supposed cure, it is not a cure. It is a way to keep you as a repeat customer forever, because that's all hemophilia is to them, a multi-billion-dollar industry of people who need to be on medication their entire life. So all you are is money in their wallet to them. So that's all they care about. They don't care about actually helping you. They care about increasing the money that's in their wallet. You can hate me for saying that if you want. I don't care. You can work for Big Pharma yourself. I don't care, because the people above you are puppeteering you around. Whether you like to say that or not, whether you like to see it that way or not, you are being puppeteered around because they don't want to make cures. They never want to make cures. It's not beneficial for them to make cures because they lose insurance money when people quit needing the medications because, oh, we have a cure. But that's not how Big Pharma works. Big Pharma wants you on the pills, wants you on the shots, wants you on all the prescriptions. Take this script, take that script, take this script, take this script for that script to counteract this script if this other script goes bad. Does that sound healthy? And everybody takes their advice from bullshit like that? That's where I have to start believing in myself, believing in myself, believing in natural healing, intention healing, emotion healing, believing in me. And I've learned some new information that supports why I believe in myself so much and believe in you so much that we can accomplish God godly like abilities. As crazy as that sounds, that's what it is, because you are more powerful than you have ever been led to believe. I don't know who broke your spirit and told you you are not capable of such things, because you are. The fact is, you are. When you break everything down, what creates you? What you break yourself down, what creates you? When you break it all down, your body goes away. Keep in mind, your heart beats all by itself. What makes your heart beat all by itself? Do you have to pay attention to your heart to make your heart beat, or is there some other energy out there making your heart beat all by itself? So you break it down more. You can bring up the ideas of your soul if you want, or consciousness if you want, but essentially it is energy. You are energy when you break everything down. And energy has unlimited poten- potential. We are energy being reflected back in this universe, in this 3D body. So yes, we can reprogram our genes. We have learned that we can do such things because it is possible to do such things. So therefore, we are capable of doing such things. We can reprogram our genes to make our health how we want our health, based on your emotions and your thoughts. I just think it's time more people pay attention to this because I'm telling you, hemophilia is going to be a thing of the past. You're never going to hear a physician, you're never going to hear a scientist, you're never going to hear anybody with hemophilia talk about hemophilia like I will because I've understood this for quite a while and I've experienced something new for quite a while and nobody believes me at all. It drives me insane. I'm some genetic freak that can only do what I can do, and my physicians say no other hemophiliac would ever experience what I am because I'm the genetic freak. It's subjective to me, nobody else. When super smart people tell me these things, I tend to not think they're that not smart at all because they don't know what the fuck they are talking about. There is no way I'm some sort of special genetic freak that has the ability to do what I can do. But they think that's how it is. So you are not a limited being. You have more potential than you have ever been led to believe. You just have to believe it yourself. Belief is the power. You won't achieve anything if you don't have a strong belief that you will. You know that's true. So aside from hearing me babble that we can heal our bodies with our minds, take a listen to one of these scientists who have been behind the work of all this to see that we can heal our bodies with our minds, and it's quite miraculous. And the limitations, well, there seem to be none. There seem to be no limitations. Cancers are dis disappearing. Medical conditions without cures, genetic conditions without cures are just disappearing in an instant. Provable by science. So it's not just me, it's not just them, it's the fact of what is. People are doing this every single day. Physicians know about it, and we're not told about it. I want you to know about it. I want you to know you can heal your body with your mind. If you have can't 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 cancer, there's an answer for you. If you have Parkinson's, there's an answer for you. If you have hemophilia, there's an answer for you. And the answer is hidden deep within you. How far deep in yourself do you want to go? That's the answer. You are the answer. You are the potential. You are the energy itself. Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, how you regulate all that in your everyday life. Now, that might not be enough. For a small scale thing, sure, that might be enough. But for genetic, long term things, you also have to think and feel future emotions if they have already come to pass and hold that state of being all the time. A lot of people can't do that because they revert back to past habitual ways. But if you can hold a state of being as if your dreams and your goals have already been accomplished, you will factually create a magnetic field that will push those thoughts out there, and the magnetism of the emotion will draw it back. I know it sounds nuts, but it's the science and fact of what is. It's really incredible stuff. You can push your thoughts out in the universe, have strong emotions tied to those thoughts, and you will bring that back to you. You won't know how, but it will come back to you, and it will happen. I'm not afraid to say any of this because you're never, as I said, you're never going to hear any other hemophiliac or any other hematologist or nobody involved in the hemophilia world is going to talk about this like you're going to hear me talk about it because it's impossible to heal your body with your mind. There's no possible way a hemophiliac can make hemophilia go away just using his mind alone. That's what you're told and brainwashed to believe your entire life. You are brainwashed and indoctrinated to believe that because the super smart people know, right? The super smart people know a lot, right? You tend to come to a conclusion where they don't know that much. And if they don't know that much, you shouldn't be taking your advice about health from them when all they want to do is push pills. I want to push conscious control. And now you can listen to one of the scientists here who have discovered there is an incredible amount of conscious control we can obtain to change our health forever.
That their brain changes, their heart rate changes, their gene expression changes. There's thousands of metabolites that are being released into their bloodstream that weren't there prior. Uh, there's a host of different changes that take place biologically that kind of support the person's transformation.
Is there a specific transformation that sticks in your mind as being as the clearest evidence that you should never write off someone's ability to transform?
Wow. I'm so pleased to tell you that my beliefs have been challenged just in the last 2 years in witnessing so many different changes in people's health that I never knew was even possible. Everything from stage 4 cancers that were in a very progressed state that metastasized to organs and tissues and bones in the body, a complete reversal in that health condition. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. We've seen it many times. We've seen people that were blind, that have been deaf, that have ALS, that have lupus, that have MS, that have Parkinson's disease, that have spinal cord injuries, that have strokes, PTSD, myasthenia gravis, cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy. We had a woman that had her thyroid removed, surgically removed, and I know this is difficult even for me to accept, and grew a new thyroid back. We have the medical evidence for that. So I don't know any longer what the limit is. I think there's something really cool happening in the world when people believe in themselves. And when you believe in yourself, you have to believe in possibility. And when you believe in possibility, you have to believe in yourself. So when somebody has the opportunity, and I think a story is, everybody loves a story. There's nothing better than a story. And when someone stands on a stage in front of 2,000 people and talks about their journey to heal themselves from a chronic health condition, and it's not always pretty. They lose things. They lose family. They sometimes lose their careers. They get sick before they get better. And you see this person's persistence, and you see that they were not doing the work, their inward work to heal. They were doing the work to change. And if they understood, if they truly changed, that their biology should change, and they were uncompromising every day in showing up for themselves and staying conscious of their unconscious self, and then reprogramming themselves in some way. When they tell that story, it's the 4-minute mile. It's somebody breaking through a level of consciousness or unconsciousness, and the collective that's observing the example of truth. They're actually relating with that person in a way that causes them to examine possibility differently. And when you become conscious of a new possibility, a change in consciousness is a change in awareness, right? So now it's in the collective. And lo and behold, it's not uncommon. We just had this happen in our week-long event in Denver just a little over a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And we had 6 people stand up out of a wheelchair by the end of the event. Now, I wasn't expecting that, but one person that had MS in the middle of the week had a very profound experience. And a professional athlete, NFL football player, and stood up and he stood up for the audience. And when he stood up, he said, I thought I was going to a yoga retreat. I thought my brother was taking me to a yoga retreat. I had no idea what we were doing here. And then he said, I just never loved myself. And it was his act of change that somehow changed his health condition. He somehow upregulated genes in different ways, suppressed the genes for MS, and somehow he was more mobile. He was walking by the end of the event, and he was the magic number one. And when everybody saw that and the crowd, the audience was excited, we started seeing other people have a similar experience. Now that possibility is becoming more of a reality for people. So I never limit what could actually happen, but I can tell you that what an amazing time right now to witness people really doing the uncommon.
When you recited that story, I could see the emotion in your face as you say it. And I can only imagine.
Research shows that.
Did you hear that? Changed at will with your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Use that to suppress the negative genes, the bad genes that created bad proteins, and use the emotions to create strong proteins that supported his health, supported his condition going away so he could stand again, he could walk again, deaf people could hear again. And it's not that it's not just people hearing again. It's deaf people who have been deaf from birth are gaining their hearing. Pe- People who have been blind since birth are gaining their sight. It's just absolutely remarkable, and we're just gonna keep doing this more and more and more, and you're gonna discover there is absolutely zero limitation when it comes down to you healing you. It all depends on when you are ready to get out of your own way.